UFC Fight Night, Hall versus Silva. The legend returned, and Uriah Hall, he's been cold and hot, hot and cold for a long time, but he got a shot with a big name. Like, I mean, 45 years old. You never know if it's that big of a name now. He's on his way out rather than building Anderson Silva. But, man, great fight card. The whole main card was amazing. And let me start with the disappointment of the night, which is the card or main card opener, which is Bobby Green versus Thiago Moises, bro. I think Bobby, listen, man. I think Bobby Green did enough to get the win. This whole decision shit with this guy, Moises, I don't even know how he approached it. But just to sum it up quickly here, Bobby Green started off the actual first round. Amazing. He was engaged. It was all striking. They started feeling each other out. Thiago Moises came with a little bit of a adjustment, which is he went to the ground. He tried to actually tried to kind of drag Bobby Green into his world, but Bobby Green survived. But the striking of Moises, I think, was the story of the actual fight, which he was able to kind of stay in there. But I think Bobby Green did enough to get the win. But unfortunately, it went the whole 3 rounds. Decision for Thiago Moises. And what was it? Was it a unanimous decision? You with me, bro? Technical difficulty?
I think it was. No, I'm still there. I think it was a split decision.
Let me just confirm here. Was it a split decision? Cool. Okay.
I think that's why Bobby was so disappointed, because he kind of did well and he thought that he got robbed.
I could barely hear you, brother. Put the mic to your phone, to your mouth, sir. Can't barely hear you.
I said that's what Bobby felt he got robbed, because it was a split decision. He waited for Moises.
I mean, listen, he did enough though, because again, my main point is with these type of fights is that if you feel it's close on the second round, go for the finish, bro. Don't let it go to the judge's hands or judge's decision. But I guess for me, you can obviously tell I'm definitely rooting for Bobby Green, because Thiago Moises, I think he was okay, but he was just bland. I think he was just bland, and he stole that decision. The judges robbed Bobby Green of it. Now, if you're going to say, did he do work? Absolutely. First round, Thiago Moises killed it. He pretty much, he was very effective. Very effective with the leg kicks. That was very surprising for me. And definitely knocked him down. The control ground game where he had the control time. I can see why they gave it to Thiago Moises, but definitely I think Bobby Green did enough to take it. But hey, not to take anything away from Moises, he deserves the win. He's coming up in the rankings and he's killing it. You know, what do you think? What's your take on this fight, bro? Bobby Green and the outcome.
I think the outcome was fair. It could have went either way, because Bobby Green, he actually surprised me that he escaped the heel hook that Moises got him in. The heel hook
yes.
He really tried his best to got out of it.
This guy was, bro, he got ground game. You can't underestimate Bobby Green's ground.
But his striking wasn't as crisp like when he fought what's his name, Guida, or his last couple of fights.
That's true.
It wasn't as crisp. There wasn't the shoulder roll. Moises stood with him. Moises was a ground fighter. He actually stood with him, and I think he did enough to get that split decision. So I'm not mad at the split decision. If it was a unanimous decision to Moises, then you have a say there. But I think split decision is fair.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing, same kind of outcome. But he did well. Thiago Moises did well. Let's move on to the next middleweight bout, which is the second fight of the night. We mentioned this in the prediction. We thought he was gonna Kevin Holland, first of all. Kevin Holland versus Charlie Ontiveros. Now, we thought he was gonna face the Russian fighter Makhmudov or something. But that's what we were saying. We mentioned both fighters, but the fight was definitely it was a last minute change for or pretty much stepping into the or decision for Charlie, because Kevin Holland was already locked in, and I think it was his first fight in the UFC ever, and god damn, Kevin Holland gave him one hell of a welcome. Yo, this shit, this guy. First of all, Charlie, let me be fair. Charlie Ontiveros started the fight with he's very lanky. He has reach. He has the necessary tools to actually execute certain game plans in striking, standing up. That axe kick was crazy, right? And you could see the fucking reach in his leg, just how lanky he is. And he caught Kevin Holland in the beginning. Then Kevin Holland, I think, stumbled, lost his balance, dropped. But then it was over from there, bro. As soon as they got to the clinch, when they started clinching,
he got him down. Like, I'm actually watching the fight here. He actually got him down, controlled. What's his name? The other guy.
Charlie Ontiveros.
Charlie, yeah. He
Kevin Holland. Yep.
They were like in a north-south position, and when Charlie was trying to get up, he clinched him from behind and slammed him.
That was a crazy slam.
He died, man. I thought he died, man. I was like,
when he said, "I'm hurt," I was like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "My neck."
I saw Holland. Yeah, I saw Holland. As soon as he said, "What?" He was talking to him. He was like, "What?" Then he left him, and it was like the referee came in, and I was like, "What happened?" Oh, they brought the replay. He was like, "Oh, my neck."
My neck, yeah. Like, oh, but if you see the way he dropped, he had him clasped. He had him in an actual. He had one arm. He had him in an underhook, right? But with his hands together. But what Kevin Holland did is he actually didn't move him or pick him up. He just twisted and dropped he actually twisted him and dropped to the floor with his whole body weight, right? He slammed the shit out of him and laid on top of him. Oh, that definitely might crack a vertebrae in the neck or something. So it's gonna mess up your spine somehow. But definitely when he was that.
Hopefully not. I said.
Bro, talking to Mike, man. What's up with you? Talking to Mike. You're super low.
I don't even know what you're saying,
sir.
I said hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't mess up his spine because it's his debut and he's pretty young.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully not. But neck injuries are really serious. And pretty much best wishes, positive vibes going out to Ontiveros, Charlie Ontiveros. Like it's serious. I felt like he didn't do enough so we can see his actual skill set, to see what he brings to the octagon. But speedy recovery. Best wishes to Charlie Ontiveros, and not to take away from Kevin Holland. This was a freak accident, but let's keep it real. You're in there to fight. You should come in tip-top shape. You should be able to withstand a body slam like that, or a slam to the ground. So I definitely give it up to Kevin Holland. Now, what was interesting is you saw what Kevin Holland was doing after the stoppage.
Yeah.
Our boy Izzy. This boy is trying to get a fight, bro. Kevin Holland is trying to get a fight.
It was really like a good if that fight happens down the line, it's a good promo, because that shit got me hyped. I was like, who is he talking to? Because I didn't know that Izzy was there.
Yeah.
The camera there. Izzy was like, "What are you talking?" And he said in the post-fight press conference that they walked into each other when he was making his debut, and Izzy said something, and after that he found Izzy in a parking lot. Izzy was so nice. He was like, "Hi,
hood
how
shit,
you doing,
baby.
Mr.
Fuck a
it was like,
what's up?"
It was like, how are you, Mr. What's his name? Kevin Holland. How are you, Mr. Holland? Yeah. It was like everything good, but I think after that he talked some smack about him.
Yeah, but
anyways, it was a good hype.
But let's talk about this, bro. He's a young fighter. This is what you're supposed to do. Every chance you get, bark at the biggest dog in the yard. That's what you really want to do. So Kevin Holland he dominated. Well, he's in a winning streak. Last fight, it wasn't that convincing of a win, right? It was a split decision. But this fight, he finished it. So talk your shit. And he's like, my boy, you my boy, you my boy.
But,
Hey, what up, boy? They kept on saying,
but man,
boy.
first of all, it's a freak accident, and second
Yeah.
of all, it's not even a ranked fighter. This fighter is making his debut,
Okay.
so
First of all,
he doesn't
don't be
he
trying to
doesn't have.
take Izzy's argument now. Okay, cool. But let's keep
Well,
it real. Was he, in a way, he's a new fighter. He still has ways to go. Israel Adesanya is trying to do to Kevin Holland, what John Jones is doing to him. Why don't you give him a chance? Let him mature, baby. Let him have a couple of fights under his belt, work on his arsenal, then fight the best Kevin Holland you can find. Or to John Jones, fight the best Israel Adesanya. Because he can't use the excuse of saying, oh, I was new, or I was young in my MMA career.
He's not even that young. He's young in his MMA career, but I think he's like 28, 29.
Yep. He
So
is, but look at this though.
he's almost Izzy's age.
Yep, but look at this though. You're gonna also talk about is he in the top 15? He's not even in the top 15.
He's not ranked.
He's not ranked. That's what I'm saying. So, but my point is, imagine how many people barked and made so much noise, and then all of a sudden they're getting a top 10 fight. They're getting an opponent from the top 10. Bro, you're not ranked. You're not even from the promotion. What the fuck are you doing? This is the first fight in the UFC. So the reason I'm saying this is hype wins. In this day and age, the MMA game is not only skill, it's do you have a mouthpiece? Can you talk shit? Can you sell your own fights? That's really what they're doing. They're selling their own fights. I love it. I love the bullshit. Kevin Holland is on some bullshit, and he's trying to like push up on Israel Adesanya. Of course, he's the champ in his division, right? So I ain't mad at that, bro. But just to segue, because we could go all night with these people, and I can't wait to see how this is gonna end up, right? Israel is smart. Izzy's is calling out Jared Cannonier. Oh yeah, you are great. We're gonna fight. You deserve it. And then switch to like he's making options for himself as a champ, right? If you don't have people that are lined up and the fans are excited to see you fight as a champion, your champion reign is gonna be boring. It's gonna be like it's gonna be quiet. Let's really look into what Israel Adesanya is doing. He has the Robert Whittaker rematch. That's one. Paulo Costa rematch. That's two. But he beat them, right? And then you're moving on down to now. You're speaking about contenders that are coming up. Jared Cannonier. Oh, let me line them up. Israel Adesanya is just lining his next opponents up. But I think the surprise was the Polish power. I did not see that fight coming, bro. Israel Adesanya goes up to 205 versus Jan Blachowicz. What's that about, bro? I think he's gonna knock him the fuck out. I think Jan is gonna knock
Dana White said that Robert Whittaker doesn't want to fight Israel Adesanya.
Yep.
When Robert Whittaker, as soon as he finished this fight, he was like, "We will fight, even if we are old and it's in the parking lot. Like we will fight. I have to get that fight." And
yeah, because he wanted it back. He wants to run it back, bro.
Exactly. A week later, Dana White says Robert Whittaker. After that, he said, I think in the same night, the same night he said Robert Whittaker deserves it makes sense to make this fight Izzy and Rob the rematch. But a week later, I think he said Robert doesn't want to fight Izzy. So he's just I think the UFC are just
scared, baby,
down the route of WWE. They just want to make money fights and like they're not even.
But it makes sense, anymore, right? So. You gotta know. You gotta remember, like UFC was under Zuffa, which is boxing and everything. So they had a lot of fun fights that they can make. That's not money generating, right? For the pure MMA fans. But as soon as what was it called, WME or WEM or whatever, this corporation that came in and purchased Zuffa and the whole UFC, they need money, bro. So they're like, hey, promote the ones that will generate a lot of fucking noise, which is pay-per-view buys, let's say ratings on ESPN, so on and so forth. UFC's kind of slowly turning into boxing, and everybody knows I fucking I'm sad. I love boxing, but I'm sad at the sport of boxing. It is garbage. It is corrupted. It is fucking, now it's all about the money and it's fixed. So when you have corruptions and money go into a sport, automatically you're gonna lose the credibility. So if I'm gonna say yes, Israel Adesanya's fight or whatever, he's lining up fighters, but also you got to remember UFC is allowing him to do that because they know he's gonna generate money. It's all about the super fight eras, bro. Era, really. It's a super fight era. John Jones wants Ngannou or Stipe. Israel Adesanya is moving 205 now, so he's going for what? He's going for the three-peat, bro. Not champ, baby. He's trying to get 3 belts at the same time. Middleweight is crazy, bro. I'm just saying, we got a lot.
How is he getting 3 belts? Right?
Was that?
He's gonna be a double champ.
Well, meaning that if he goes to 205 and beats Yan, he's the champion. And then if he goes to heavyweight, fucking beats John Jones. If John Jones got the belt, bro, what are you talking? Legacy. This is legend shit. That's really what you're gonna fucking look at if you think about it. That's really his goal. Because look at this. Israel Adesanya specified and said, I've fought in light heavyweight. I've fought in heavyweight, in kickboxing, right? It's a little different. The approach, I'm interested to see how it goes down. Izzy's going to make a stamp, bro. My brother from another mother. Do your thing, bro. We're rooting for you out here. Okay, enough with the middleweights. How about we move on to heavyweights? And the return of Prince of War, Greg Hardy, versus Dana White. Is he Dana White Contender Series? Maurice Green? He got a contract from there, right?
Nada. He's from the Ultimate Fighter Championship.
Oh, from the Ultimate Fighter. Okay, from Tough. Yeah. Bro.
Which is coming back. Which is coming back in March of next year.
Oh man, and I think I already know who's gonna be in it.
Who's gonna coach it? It's gonna be.
They got a couple of rivalries that are great, man. But first of all, Habib and Conor out of the picture because Habib said, "I'm not gonna do the fucking Ultimate Fighter because it's gonna give Conor McGregor shine, right?" But you got a lot of rivalries there. Because remember what is it? But they didn't say the weight class, right? Because sometimes the tough. They
said it's it's a very heavyweight and a very lightweight. I think it's either light heavyweight and bantamweights or something like that. They're doing heavy or very light. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do all men or like men and women.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'm not sure. And
but that's definitely interesting how they're gonna roll it out because they have to revamp the Ultimate Fighter, right? They always try to do it, so let's see how they're gonna do it now as well. But bringing it to the fight, Maurice Green versus Greg Hardy. I was rooting for Maurice Green, but Green came in. I felt like he underestimated Greg Hardy's power, especially when we got to the second round. That's when he
not even the second round. I'm watching the fight. Like it's the first couple of seconds, and let's say 10 to 15 seconds. Maurice Green throws a kick, Greg Hardy catches it, and boom, drops him. And starts pounding on him. So I was like, what? He's going to finish the fight?
It's power also, right? Like, Greg Hardy has power, bro. Like, this motherfucker, he's with his inhaler, with his asthma and shit. He's breathing. He sounds like he's dying, but this motherfucker, as soon as he connected. What's that?
He's explosive, very explosive.
Yeah. But that comes from that's what I told you, bro, in the prediction. It's that football background, bro. He's athletic. So that explode and then just calm down and then explode. That's the football way, right? So if you're going to incorporate that to MMA where you're not going to plateau, but it gets you tired, especially that it's not just running with the ball.
You're going to need your inhaler, right?
It's like, it's USADA approved. What the fuck are you saying, bro? Dumb fuck. Made us look crazy. But great fight, great finish on round 2. Greg Hardy caught him with a left, if I'm not mistaken, dropped him. and he continued, and he went down, went in with the TKO. Now, Maurice Green was a little, like, he was contesting at the end of the fight as it was an early stoppage. What do you think about that?
I don't think it was like, I don't think that's a valid argument because I'm watching it now. Greg Hardy held, I think he was holding his left shoulder and like pounding his face, and as soon as he went limp, and he wasn't like really defending himself.
Yep.
As soon as the referee separated them, he was like, "No, I'm here. I'm still here." Come on, man. That's
you got first of all, you got dropped with a hit, with a shot twice. Second is unanswered shots. You can't really blame the ref on that, right? The ref really gave you a chance. He was like looking at you. He was right there. Fight back. No, he just went, stop. He's like, stop. No, we're done. So in a way, it's kind of, it gave, I think, Greg Hardy gave the referee what he needs to see, right? He gave him something, which is, I knocked him down, and look at me. He stood over him. Look at how he was punching him. If you can see, he was being extra, going up, like he wants to show, the referee that, hey, stop the fight, man. I got him. And that's usually, sometimes it's octagon awareness. If you understand the game, you understand the MMA, you understand where the referee positioning is and what type of situation you have, you can kind of take advantage of that and get a stoppage. So,
and he was like, Greg Hardy was emotional, like in his in the post-fight press conference, he said that another woman came out and accused him of something. And
we were talking about this in the last episode.
We were talking about it, but in this fight, he's saying before the fight, I think a week before the fight, he was struggling with this, and she was like claiming and everything, and he went in this fight like very emotional, and that kind of explains the way he was, the fight ending sequence, and he was throwing his like haymakers just to knock Maurice Green
haymakers, but look at this, bro. Haymakers, but he was also tired. It's round 2. Fuck, he gassed out. You can see it. He's like slow, right? Heavyweights, of course. Heavyweights do that shit. Like they gas out.
And he went in like he bowed in like as soon as he finished it, he went in like took a knee. And he was like breathing as if like to take a knee as in like
bro, you saw the post fight interview. Post fight interview, he was barely breathing.
Yeah, man, I can see. Yeah, he was.
Greg Hardy, he's like,
it was sick of that.
What's that?
I can see him like he's all sweaty and he can't even like.
And it's only like, bro, and it's only round 2.
It's asthma, bro. Like I think he has asthma, so.
Yeah, well, of course, but at the same time, you're in a fight. You're in the octagon, baby. You got to figure out something. If people give you time to prepare, you need to work on that. You need to figure something out. Maybe take a hit before you get in or some shit like that. You know?
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
Huh?
I don't think it works like that to take a hit and just go to the bro. Like I think he's working, even with this disability, he's working with it and fighting. So
yeah. Now we gotta give him props because it wasn't a fluke. Right, it was definitely a finish.
Absolutely a finish.
Yep, he knocked him the fuck down, and then he fucking proceeded to TKO him, which was definitely a great bout in the heavyweight and a great showing for Greg Hardy. Man, he's improving leaps and bounds. His MMA skill set from fight to a fight. If you see from each fight, look at the first fight introductory to or Dana White Contender Series all the way to the last fight with Green. A lot of improvement. So we got to give him his props, which is pretty much Greg Hardy is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division, bro. I want to see him. How would he do with elite heavyweight competition? That's really what we need to see. But moving away from the big guys to the more agile, action-packed division, the featherweight division in the co-main event, Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Fili. Talk to me.
First of all, we gotta address the cameo shorts. Bryce,
the camouflage, camouflage shorts.
Like, why was he asking for it? Like,
because he's a fucking redneck. You know
Yeah,
what
he's
rednecks do, right?
Arkansas. He's from
All right,
Arkansas.
that's what I'm saying.
I remember. I remember from the Ultimate Fighter when they like the Ultimate Fighter when they bring in the fighters and they play a video of their house and their gym and how before they went into the Ultimate Fighter. Bro, he was like, I think he lives alone. He went to a forest.
Yeah, but that's a
hunted
redneck
a
life,
rabbit.
right?
He
If
went
you
to
look at like
had
southern states of America,
the rabbit.
have you ever? Do you know? Have you ever heard of these redneck motherfuckers, man? Duck Dynasty. Have you heard? Have you seen these guys? Let me break it down for you like this, all right? To make it plain and simple. Rednecks are like Rus. No, the Bedouins in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You know these motherfuckers? So these motherfuckers are the ones that are in the swamps, in the fucking country, in the southern world. Those are the racist motherfuckers. So, but again, I'm not gonna put it on them that they're the racist motherfuckers, but it's very prevalent there. There's not a lot of diversity. It's a whole bunch of white cracker fucking rednecks. Those are the people that are like, hey man, we hunt right here. We hunt in Alabama. We don't do nothing. Be a man. And then they hit you with the ding. Yo, but the point is, this motherfucker, it's big with the redneck people, right? It's big with the camel, the military kind of camouflage, but it's hunting stuff. You know, when they're in the forest, in the wilderness, whatever, when they're hunting, camouflage is really for you to blend in with the environment. So these motherfuckers can shoot some deer or some elk or some. Shout out to Joe Rogan, biggest redneck in the game. He hides. He camouflages it like a motherfucker. But Joe Rogan is a fucking redneck, nigga. Don't get it twisted. But Bryce,
he uses bows and arrows. He used bows and arrows.
Oh yeah, no guns.
I think they use barrels or something, like double barrels or whatever.
Double barrel
shotgun.
Yeah, like
shotgun.
a buckshot.
Shotgun.
Yeah, they got buckshot.
Yep.
What is it? What's the other shit? I think there's one that's for birds. Bird shot, buckshot, something like that. Buckshot is for a deer. So
it's a gun. It's a gun.
Hey, bro, don't even get it twisted. Now let's clear something up. I ain't against motherfuckers having guns. I'm in the process of getting my fucking gun license in Toronto, in Canada. So motherfuckers ain't gonna play. They want to be rednecks. They gonna see motherfucking rednecks, nigga. Let's bring it back though. Bryce Mitchell, the camo short wearing featherweight, came into the fight. He was highly touted. From what I'm thinking, what I've been hearing is that there was a lot of hype behind him. Andre Fili is more of the gatekeeper of the division. He's more of the Dos Anjos of the featherweight, to be honest.
Sad to say.
Sad to say, but again,
but that's
because come on, like you've been in the division long. What is it, 15 fights or 25 fights? What's his record? Before I get it mistaken, 21-8. That's Andre Fili's professional MMA record. This motherfucker been around and he's been in multiple scraps. But Mitchell, 14-1, and that's his MMA record, right? This motherfucking redneck came into this octagon ready to fucking play. He put the pressure was tremendous. Like I can't even he tried grappling. He was standing up with the Andre Fili. He made sure, and he caught him with nice ones, bro. Now, not to take away from Andre Fili. Andre Fili he performed. He performed, definitely. Now, was it a close fight? What do you think?
I don't think so, because
exactly.
I watched the fight and I'm watching it now. Bryce Mitchell from the Ultimate Fighter and like his first couple of fights at the UFC, he was known for his like mixing up his wrestling and striking. But as soon as he started to get heavy in jiu-jitsu, bro, he started doing twisters. And in this fight, the thing was his body distribution. Like he was on top of Fili for like, I don't know, stupid amount, like 9 minutes or 10 minutes, like almost.
Bro, he's like the redneck Khabib Nurmagomedov, bro.
Exactly. So he smashed. He kind of smashed Fili.
He's like, we gonna smash those people.
he kind of smashed Feely because, like, bro, his body distribution didn't let Feely like take a breath. Like he was on
Couldn't,
top
bro.
of him. He was
But look at this, standing up
attacking
as well.
submissions.
Not only on the ground, standing up as well. He was in his face, bro. He was ready to take. Now, the only thing that I say that he's a gatekeeper, let's talk about definition of gatekeepers. Those particular division gatekeepers, their main problem is that they have the skill sets. They're skilled, they're strikers, grapplers, whatever. And just to kind of clear it out, in every division, there's a couple of fighters that are known to be the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are the ones that the new young talent that are jumping into the division in the UFC will get to fight them, just so the UFC will assess where is their skill set. Where's that new fighter's skill set, right? And if you're that now, don't get me wrong, that will still give you work. The fighters will still get to work. Those gatekeepers, the main thing about them is like workhorses. You know, they're always coming back, always fighting the new guy. But the bad part with this is that Andre Feely called out Mitchell. He's the one who said, yo, give me Brian Mitchell in the division. And I guess he was like, you know, in an attempt to move up in the rankings, right? But that was a mistake. He called him out. Andre Feely's skill set was still there. Striking, defense, grappling, right? But he did not adjust. And that's what I think championship material, like, or championship mindset is that you have the will to fucking win, that you will figure out a way, even in the middle of the fight, even if we didn't go through this in training. You're going to adapt. You're going to change your game plan according to what you're facing and get that W. And I think Bryce Mitchell definitely accomplished that. He did that. He saw the striking. He was feeling Andre Feely out. He pressured him. So Andre Feely was just on the defense. He really, like, yes, don't get me wrong. Second round, I think Andre Feely came out good, but Bryce Mitchell took him right back to the deep waters, right? And he got exhausted. He got exhausted by the third round. And I think that Bryce Mitchell showed that if this guy's your top guy, I beat him on the ground and I beat him standing up. Who you got next? And when you're a gatekeeper, that's what fighters and the UFC are gonna do. They're gonna look over you. They're gonna say, okay, perfect. He kicked his ass. Who's next for him? And you're done. You get what I mean? So Andre Feely, it's sad, a very skilled striker, but definitely I think he's becoming, unless he moves to another division, he's becoming the gatekeeper there, bro. And Bryce Mitchell gave him a lesson, bro, in terms of, I don't think it was a unanimous decision, right? I don't think it was a split decision.
I think it was a unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision, bro. And
yeah,
I give it to him. Ground control, striking, grappling. Definitely.
He even ate a flying knee from Feely. He just ate it and he kind of got wobbled and took him down.
Moving, bro. Yo, I'm telling you, we gotta watch out for this redneck and his camo shorts. All right, that segue us, bro. That segue us to the main event of the evening. The legend, the Spider, Anderson Silva, the legend of the middleweight division, should I say. Anderson Silva versus Uriah Hall, who is a veteran in the division as well. He's a veteran in the game in general, right? From the Ultimate Fighter, so he's definitely deep-rooted in the UFC, Uriah Hall. It was a definite striker matchup. Stylistically, this was, bro, ain't nobody taking anybody down. We know this is going to be a stand-up fight stylistically, and the only thing I would say about this fight, it was boring. That's all I'm going to say because of just the number of strikes.
Boring.
Let me tell you something. I'm talking about the fight. It was boring because of the risk. Let me tell you something, bro. None of them.
That exactly made it entertaining. The risk.
But let me tell you something. I get it. But if we're talking about when did they start taking risk, Uriah and Anderson Silva were not trying to take risks. Anderson was trying to get it going, right? To force reactions from Uriah so he could counter. And that's been Anderson Silva's game plan for years, right? But if we're gonna talk about this particular fight, round one was really it was nothing, right? It was just feeling out. It
was a feeling out process, and Anderson was kind of doing his his wushu thing, and like he was kind of forcing Uriah to do something, and he kind of connected a couple of shots, but it wasn't as significant.
It wasn't, bro, and that's when the second round came, and I think maybe the coaches of Anderson Silva, the corner, where we're telling him put some urgency, go do your thing, right? And it was. Let me tell you something. I also think the 5-round fight played a big factor in this as well. Because if you look at it, Anderson Silva's last fight was 3 rounds. The fight before that was 3 rounds. They didn't even go to distance except with Israel Adesanya, right? When did Anderson Silva start getting like kind of reckless? He got knocked out in round 4. So after the 3 rounds, when he got to round 4, both of them were tired. And you could see it. Even just, they didn't even fight, but the mental game, the little feints, of trying to figure out the routes, how to get in and get a strike, get a point. They tried to outstrike each other. As soon as Anderson Silva got reckless and decided to lunge in, which is the 4th round.
At the end of the 3rd, at the buzzer, he dropped him. Uriah dropped him. And
yes, absolutely.
Finished him. He kind of, if it was like for 5 or 10 seconds more, he would have
got him. He would have got him, exactly, because if you see even the way Anderson Silva got up from that when he got knocked down at the buzzer or at the horn, he got up like he took his time. He sat down. So 45 years old, plays a big factor in this fight game, man. So all I'm going to say is, in terms of the display of technique, amazing. It was a chess match, right? Now, in terms of excitement, the only thing that was exciting was the 4th round and the finish. If we're going to keep it in terms of how exciting was the fight. Make sense? Because if you're looking at Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva's fight, that was an entertaining fight from beginning to end. They were engaging. They were throwing. They were gauging each other's distances, chasing each other. Uriah Hall was gun shy, as Dana White mentioned, right? He was trying to make sure to gauge. But as soon as he got that, he caught Anderson making a mistake. He capitalized on the 4th round, knocked him out, and Anderson Silva. It was sad, of course. But I think if you're 45, bro, if you're not supposed to be in the octagon, get the fuck out. It
wasn't a devastating knockout. But thankfully, it was just.
No, but it was a finish.
He caught him. Like it was. I'm saying it was, but I'm saying it wasn't like out cold. He caught. He lunged in. He caught him. He went down, peppered him with shots, and that's it. It wasn't even like there wasn't.
Oh, bro, what are you talking about? It looked very sad. He rolled. He grabbed Herb Dean's leg. He was out.
Nah, he grabbed Herb Dean in the 3rd round, right? Was it?
No, it was the finish. No, it was in the 4th, in the finish. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was in the finish.
Yeah, because he was out, bro. He was like, he didn't know where the fuck he was. He was trying to defend. And then the way he grabbed onto Herb Dean's leg just to kind of defend or acting like he's defending. Man, you're out. You don't even have a Uriah Hall's leg. You're holding Herb Dean's. All I'm gonna say is that every legend or every man is gonna get beat, right? At a certain point. But if you are smart enough, you're gonna leave the game or get out while you're ahead, right? Anderson Silva, if we're gonna look back at his career, not a lot of injuries. Not a lot of devastating damage, right?
He had a devastating injury.
He has what?
He had a devastating injury. His shin broke.
Oh no, you're talking. But again, I'm saying throughout the years. That's like maybe the last 5-6 years or whatever, right?
You mean to the head, like?
Yeah, exactly. Not even to the head, but like leg kicks, punching. Like you know how like for example a Clay Guida. This motherfucker's career, this motherfucker been like the hammer or the carpenter, they call it. This guy stands in the pocket, trades, so you get a lot of health kind of, let me say, consequences to having a career or fighting like that every time. Anderson Silva was a counter striker. Counter strikers usually do not get a lot of damage. It means I saw your hit coming, backed away, and I countered. So usually I'm saying, yes, Anderson Silva got his leg broken by Chris Weidman, right? By Jared Cannonier. He got knocked out, he was playing silly, by Chris Weidman. But other than those, it's the last streak of losing streak. I'm saying in general, if you get to your 40s and you don't do what Daniel Cormier did, what DC did, you have to pivot. You've done all of this. You've got so much damage on your body. You got to move. But then when you're like Anderson, you push it till 45, you cannot recover as fast. You can't train as hard as you used to train in preparation. I just think he should have called it quits before even fighting Chris Weidman, man. To be honest, even before Chris Weidman, he should have just like left the division similar to Khabib, to George St. Pierre on top.
He was 31 when he made his UFC debut.
Yeah, but he was all over the promotions, right?
He was the king, man. But
kickbox.
I think he felt. I don't think it's a money issue because.
Well, we never know. You never know.
He definitely has money, but I'm saying maybe the love for the sport, or maybe. Like,
no, he said it. I think it's love, bro. I think it's not love. It's not love. Let me give you. As a man, if you have a warrior spirit and you're used to working, to fighting, outside of MMA even, when you get to the age where you're supposed to stop what you used to do, how you used to live, bro, it's hard. So I think it's a psychological thing. Anderson Silva does not want to leave the game because that's all he knows. But I definitely think if his English is a little, but Portuguese, jump on it, do commentating, build the UFC, shit like that, you know, or open up gyms. I think he has Spider Gym, right, or something like that.
Yeah, the Spider. I think
Spider MMA, and I think his child, right, his kid, one of his sons is already an MMA fighter, right, or something.
Either an MMA or I think it's an MMA, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a disappointing end to the night. But definitely not to take away anything from Uriah Hall.
I'll take everything from Uriah Hall.
Why? Tell me, explain.
I respect him and everything, but come on, don't expect like a top 10 opponent after this fight. You just beat Anderson Silva. Everybody hates you now. You're not getting a fight. You're not getting a top 10 fighter.
Nah, but if you look at it, Israel Adesanya beat him, and he catapulted himself to what? Well, let me say
more
this.
like a.
Let me say Izzy was ahead in the ranking, right? When he fought Anderson Silva, Anderson Silva was not even in the top 5. Or like top 10.
Izzy was hyped from day one. Like they made him fight the Australian guy. He beat him. He fought Vittori, the Italian guy. He beat him. He's like he was ranked 13 or something. Then he had a couple of fights. He was ranked 8th.
Yeah, but he fought Tavares, man. Come on.
He fought Brad Tavares, who was
Derek Brunson.
Who was 11 or 12 or something. He beat him. He went into top 10. Then Derek Brunson, and it was all hype. But the hype.
But he worked for it.
With the wins, it pushed him like up. But Uriah Hall is not. He's not a arrogant guy or like a brat. He doesn't have that confidence. I think it's a tough.
He needs to be a silent killer.
It's a tough, long road for him.
Yeah, but he needs to be a silent killer, right? Because what you said is important. Israel Adesanya had the skills, which he fought his way up the rankings, but also he has a mouthpiece, bro. He knows how to sell himself. But what Uriah Hall needs to do is be a silent killer. So let his work speak for him, right? So essentially, be like Khabib. Let your skills speak for you, and you're not a big guy, but Khabib's already kind of has his own fan base, Russia and all of that stuff, right? For a Jamaican person or an American-born black fighter, not a lot of people are gonna gravitate to you if you're not brash, confident. Not only you whooping ass in the octagon, but you talking shit as well, right? So you know how to talk shit. I think if Uriah just keeps quiet or continues, but then kills everybody and goes on a win streak, a winning streak, I think he's gonna get there, bro.
He's 34, 35.
Yeah, he's up there. He's 37.
So he doesn't have a lot of time. He's like
Why, bro?
Tyron Woodley.
Why you saying that?
Nah, I'm saying he's like
Daniel Cormier
like
got the
Tyron Woodley.
fucking belt, became a champ at 39 or 40 or something.
But DC is like an Olympian, and his wrestling helped him. This guy is a karate I think he's a karate style fighter, and he's kind of gun shy. I don't agree with Dana White saying that he was gun shy in this fight because he was not only respecting Silva's like skills, but he also had respect for Silva. Like he watched his career from the beginning. So I don't know if he fought, let's say, a Jack Hermanson or something, he will go all out. He will spinning back kicks.
No, you're right. I mean, I get it. But didn't he fight all these people actually, like Kevin Gastelum, Hermanson, all these people that are up there, top five?
I don't think he fought Hermanson or Till, but I think he fought Gastelum because after he lost to Gastelum in the Ultimate Fighter finale, they became brothers, man. Like they started to live with each other, train with each other. I think he left King's MMA. Now he has a new coach or whatever.
Nah, honestly though, Uriah's good, but again, I understand what you're saying. Age is a factor, but if he plays it right and stays active, because that's the thing you're thinking when you say, "Oh, he's old, he doesn't have time." You're thinking the traditional MMA fighter approach, which is 1 or maybe 2 fights a year, right? But when you look at the Adesanyas, the Hamzat Chimaev, those new people that are coming, these motherfuckers are fighting every second, especially with coronavirus, with COVID-19. So they're fighting 3-4 times a year instead of 1 or 2, right? If Uriah Hall picks up the pace, maybe get in 2 or 3 fights in 1 year and then another 2 years, by 38, 39, he can fight for the belt, bro. I'm just saying, this is all advanced MMA, advanced casual fan rhetoric and assumptions. But I definitely see that happening, man. It's kind of a crazy ending to the fight night. But shout out to Uriah Hall for the dub, for the W. He got that, and he got a legend in his think of it as, I don't know what to call it, his death list or his accomplishment. Nobody finished Anderson Silva, and Uriah Hall did, right? Well, Chris Weidman did, but then Uriah Hall did in a while, right? But let's kind of bring it back to Anderson Silva a little bit. Even though he lost, definitely a legend, a future Hall of Famer in the UFC. And let's not forget, Anderson Silva can go to any fucking promotion and fucking get money. Listen, man, if he goes to Bellator, what do you think?
Bro,
squeeze like a 3-fight contract or a 4-fight contract?
You have Gegard Mousasi there, man. Like, he's the assassin. You might kill him there.
Nah, bro. Let me well, okay, I'll give you that. Uriah Hall knocked the fuck out of Mousasi and fucking and he knocked the fuck out of Anderson Silva. I was gonna say maybe they have a matchup, but honestly, let's see. It's interesting. I'm not ready for the spider to die. I'm not ready for that yet. I think he can be in the UFC in another capacity, not necessarily fighting, maybe coaching, maybe create his own gym and continue in this MMA game. Nobody did it or can do it like the Spider Anderson Silva, man. Like so far, I think is his record unbeaten. I think DJ is the only one who's Demetrius Johnson is the only one that tied Anderson Silva, right? In like title defenses.
I think DJ
we gotta look into it. Was that?
Saint Pierre or something like that. I think DJ tied Saint Pierre and then went with
No,
the
no, 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 no,
one
no. Saint
championship.
Pierre was wins. Was how many wins he had in one division. The title defenses. The title defenses, I think Anderson Silva was at 12, 11 or 12 title defenses. A successful title defense. DJ was 12 or 10, 11. He was like either the same or he was creeping up on Anderson's record. But definitely provided us with highlights for a lifetime. If you want to talk MMA highlights, if you want to talk about striking highlights, if you want to see guys diminish and reduce fucking beasts of men down to like 1 second or 2 seconds and little men that just black out and slap and go off, I'm saying Anderson Silva provided us with all of that. You know, that the crazy comeback at the end of the fight with Chael Sonnen, moments that I remember watching that fight, right? Anderson Silva with Vitor Belfort, that front fucking up kick to the jaw, to the face. A lot of moments that Anderson Silva provided us that is definitely going to be in the books, and he will be an example and a role model for future MMA development, man. I'm telling you. You got to look back to know where the fuck you're going. All right, bro. You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. With this, we are wrapping it up. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And thank you, brother, again, for joining and sharing your MMA Advanced Casual fan expertise. And until next time, JEGANU in the building.
JEGANU MMA.